England versus Argentina, two world champions, two historic national teams. A rivalry that has produced some of the most memorable matches in football history. And now, once again, they face each other with a spectacular prize at stake. A place in the 2026 World Cup final. The match will be played on July 15th at the Atlanta Stadium, with a ticket to the final at stake. The stage will be the impressive Atlanta Stadium, where a full house is expected with more than 70,000 spectators and an absolutely spectacular atmosphere. Thousands of Argentinians have traveled from different parts of the American continent to support La Albiceleste, while the English fans have also turned out in huge numbers to push the Three Lions toward another World Cup final. Argentina comes in after beating Switzerland 3-1 in the quarterfinals, confirming that they remain one of the most complete teams in the tournament. Lionel Scaloni's team once again showed character, personality, and a tremendous ability to handle high-pressure matches. England, meanwhile, beat Norway 2-1. In a very intense knockout match, they once again showed that they know how to compete when the pressure rises. Now there is no room for error, no second chance. There is no do-over, there is no tomorrow. The winner will fight to lift the World Cup. The loser will have to say goodbye to the big dream. And that's exactly why millions of fans are looking for the same information. What time is the England versus Argentina match? In Spain, on the Peninsula and Balearic Islands, the match will start at 9 p.m. In the Canary Islands, it will start at 8 p.m. In England, the ball will start rolling at 8 p.m. In Portugal, it will begin at 8 p.m. In Argentina, the match will start at 4 p.m. In Uruguay, Brazil, and Paraguay, it will also begin at 4 p.m. In Chile, Bolivia, and Venezuela, it will start at 3 p.m. In Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, and Panama, the match will begin at 2 p.m. In Mexico Central Time, the match will be at 2 p.m. In Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, and Nicaragua, it will start at 1 o'clock p.m. In the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Cuba, it will begin at 3 p.m. If you're following us from the United States, these are the times. East Coast, New York, Miami, Orlando, and Atlanta, 3 p.m. Central Time Zone, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, 2 p.m. Mountain Time Zone, Denver, 1 o'clock p.m. West Coast, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Seattle, 12 o'clock p.m. In Canada, Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal, 3 p.m. Winnipeg, 2 p.m. Calgary, and Edmonton, 1 o'clock p.m. Vancouver, noon. So now you know, check your schedule carefully because we're about to witness a historic semi-final. England is looking to return to a World Cup final, while Argentina wants to defend its crown and take one more step toward a second consecutive championship. And now, let's get to the information everyone is looking for. Where to watch the England match live. If you're in Argentina, you can watch the entire match for free on Telefe. In addition, it will also be available on Tiki Sports and the DGO platform, which will offer special programming several hours before the start, with live coverage from Atlanta, tactical analysis, interviews, and all the latest updates from Lionel Scaloni's team. In England, the semi-final can be watched on BBC One, BBC iPlayer, and the official tournament platforms. Plataformas oficiales del torneo. Special coverage will be available throughout the day. In Spain, the match can be followed completely free-to-air on Televisión Española's channel. It will also be available through RTV Play, so you can watch it from any device. In addition, it can be followed on Das EN, which will offer special programming dedicated to the World Cup semi-finals. In Portugal, Sport TV will broadcast the match. In Mexico, viewers can watch on Canal 5 Las Estrellas, or TDN. In England, it will be available on Canal 5 Las Estrellas, 2DN, and VIX. In the United States, the match can be followed in two ways. In English, on Fox Sports app and Fox One. In Spanish, on Telemundo, Pico, and Fubo. In Canada, the broadcast will be available on TSN, CTV, and RDS. In South America, in addition to D Sports and DGO, it will also be available on the main national networks. Chile, Chilevisión, D Sports, and DGO. Uruguay, D Sports, and DGO. Paraguay, Tigo Sports, D Sports, and DGO. Brazil, TV Globo, Sport TV, and Cafe TV. Colombia, Caracol Televisión, RCN, D Sports, and DGO. Peru, America Television, D Sports and DGO. Ecuador, Teleamazonas, D Sports and DGO. Venezuela, Televes, D Sports and DGO. Bolivia, Red One, Unitel, D Sports and DGO. In Central America, the broadcast will be on Costa Rica, Teletica. Guatemala, Chapin TV. Honduras, Telecentro. El Salvador, TCS. Nicaragua, Canal 10. Panama, RPC TV and TVN. And in the Caribbean, countries like the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Cuba will be able to watch the match through D Sports, DGO, and local operators with broadcasting rights. After going over the schedules and TV channels, it's time to dive right into the match. The possible lineups, the big individual matchups, and the tactical keys that could decide who earns a place in the final. England could come out with a 4-2-3-1 formation looking for balance in the midfield and a lot of speed in the final third. In goal would be Jordan Pickford. The defense could consist of Kyle Walker at right back, John Stones and Mark Guehi as centre backs, and Luke Shaw or Lewis Hall at left back. Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham would make up the double pivot. Although Bellingham would have the freedom to push forward and pop up near Argentina's box. Up front, Bukayo Saka would start from the right. Phil Foden could move inside. And Anthony Gordon would take the left wing. As centre forward, Harry Kane would be the main attacking focal point. Argentina, for its part, could stick to its usual 4-3-3, although Lionel Scaloni could also change the system during the match and switch to a 4-4-2 to close down spaces. In goal would be Emiliano Dibu Martinez. The defense could be made up of Nahuel Molina, Cristian Romero, Nicolas Otamendi, and Nicolas Tagliafico. In midfield would be Rodrigo De Paul, Enzo Fernandez, and Alexis McAllister. Up front, Lionel Messi would have absolute freedom, accompanied by Julian Alvarez and Lautaro Martinez, although Scaloni could use a winger who stays wider if he wants more width. The first big key will be the duel between Messi and Declan Rice. England will try to prevent Messi from receiving the ball between the lines. Rice will have to be very attentive, but he won't be able to do it alone. Stones or Guehi could step out from the defensive line to close down the Argentine captain. And that's where the danger appears. If a centre-back leaves his position to follow Messi, Julian or Lautaro will be able to attack the space that is left open. The second decisive battle will be Bellingham against Enzo Fernandez and De Paul. Bellingham is a footballer with an enormous ability to break lines, carry the ball, and get into the box. Argentina will have to prevent him from receiving the ball with space. Another key will be on the wings. Saka against Tagliafico could be one of the most important duels. England will try to isolate Saka so that Bellingham can face up and look for his shot with his left foot. On the other side, Argentina will have to watch out for Gordon's speed, especially if Molina pushes too far forward. The duel between Harry Kane and Cristian Romero will also be crucial. Kane doesn't just stay inside the box. He drops back to receive the ball, pulls centre-backs out of position, and creates spaces for Bellingham, Saka, and Foden to make their runs. Romero will have to decide when to step out to chase him and when to hold his position. Argentina will look to control the tempo with long spells of possession. Meanwhile, England will try to take advantage of their physicality and transitions and watch out for set pieces. England has plenty of aerial threat with Kane, Stones, Guehi, Rice, and Bellingham. Argentina can also be dangerous with Romero, Otamendi, Lautaro, and Julian. In such an evenly matched semi-final, a corner, a wide free kick, or a rebound can change absolutely everything. England has power, speed, and attacking ability. Argentina has experience, character, and Messi, and the team that best controls their nerves will be just one step away from lifting the World Cup.